back to Sentinels of the Multiverse. And it is that time for your next weekly one-shot. So before we get started, right here you can kind of see my whole fear about challenge mode is kind of coming true. So out of the last 8 games we played, half of them have been challenge mode, one of them has been ultimate, and then Dreamer was just advanced. So yes, I get it, it's new, it's shiny, yada yada yada, but it's already getting overused. Generally for the one-shots, the thing that I liked about them was that things were set up a certain way, so you'd have to use a certain strategy or learn something special. That's kind of gone to the wayside, but the good news is this one actually does have that aspect to it, so I don't mind as much. Plus, I knew it was only a matter of time before we had a one-shot that was going to send all 3 members of Termination into play. Unfortunately, they don't really get to do too much here, because this is a pretty brief one-shot. So, terminal exception. As far as the technicians in the security station knew, it was a Monday like any other. Routine system upgrades in the morning, a quick lunch, maybe a foosball game if everything went well. The new analyst, Kim Powell, was along today to observe their work. The glow of the monitors reflected off her glasses as she quietly took in all the information streaming through the system. Suddenly, a pattern emerged. She spoke with a commanding tone the text had not heard before. "We must leave this room, now." Parse was last through the door, and looked back, already knowing what she would see, or not see rather. The security station was gone, and the door now led to a precipitous drop. The cops came alive with bunker barking orders, Unity swearing vengeance on whoever did this to her. Parse took a breath and steeled herself for the fight. So you need Mini-Pack 1, that's Unity, Wrath of the Cosmos for Deadline, and then Vengeance for the Environment and Parse. So I'll give you the breakdown as we go in. It is with great regret that I destroy your civilization, humans. It is the only way. Let's face it, we added swag and YOLO in our dictionary, we had it coming. I see through you. Your weaknesses are all too visible. Hell, last time I think it was this bad we got rain for 40 days and 40 nights, you know? So, challenge mode, Deadline. His villain devices are indestructible, so this has no effect on his ongoings, and really that's what makes his, the advanced mode or even the ultimate mode a little bit difficult. So if you have a way to either mitigate or ignore the devices entirely, granted if this were not a preset game you could actually look to discard them with Parse using extrasensory awareness, but once they hit the field they're staying. And then on his flip side that doesn't really change, but he's going to flip immediately and blast us for irreducible fire damage. So that's pretty much the gist of it. You just have to know that his gadgets are staying around. Oh, the other thing I should point out real quick. So villain device cards are indestructible. The reason why I'm pointing this out is there was a discussion on some of the forums about, hey, is this going to affect the Luminary any? And it was pointed out, no, this is just villain devices. Even though Luminary will be using devices and possibly Lifeline will be using devices, the challenge specifically is worded to apply to him and him alone. So on Natural Disaster, all catastrophes go into play, which are going to be 3 back-to-back. So we have a calculated orogenesis, another calculated orogenesis, and a severed ley line. So it's no magnetic pull, that's the one that I hate more than anything. The orogenesis is probably the second most because it hits every non-villain target for 2 melee damage. And it's just any environment card that does this, it's not like an environment target or anything. So yeah, we'll pop that. Gonna go ahead and choose for him because it really doesn't matter. I probably should look to doing some of the flavor text for him, but I may do that when we get to his ultimate mode. So Caspit's Playground, Security Station, and what else was removed from play? Unfortunately I couldn't read that, but that's why Unity was swearing vengeance. Her playground got toasted. So we're going to lead off with an updated intel here. Good news, I have new information. Bad news, it's not good. And then we're going to go ahead and shoot him. Pew pew! We got a buffer overflow. And here they're kind enough to give us Impale right from the get-go. You're out of line, Frost. I'm just getting started. So slap this on him because his devices cannot be destroyed. And boys, let's shiver. So if you don't know what this does, because he's a new variant, increases damage dealt and taken by 2. So that Impale is going to hit for 4 damage. And when we get far enough for Frost's cryo chamber to come out, he can take more damage. Unfortunately, we will not have a cold suit by then, so we will not be able to absorb it for healing, even though technically you could. It's just we won't be prepared in time. So we're going to Flash Forge here, and you need to know how Unity works to understand what I'm going to do here. So destroy a mechanical golem. We won't have any in play. Shuffle it into your deck. Well, it's not getting destroyed, so it's not going anywhere. Get my drift? But you can move a mechanical golem from your trash into play, so we want to get one into our trash. So we're going to Flash Forge and sacrifice Platform Bot. Oh yeah, Flash Forge. I think I can do better than this. Hold on. We're going to stop there, and we're going to fish out a pylon so we can send these two into the fray in a moment. But now it is time to reconfigure. So nothing to destroy, but we can pull Platform Bot out of the trash. And we get another Platform Bot for our trouble. And a pylon. So keep in mind, one of those card draws was end of turn, and the other one was power draw. So Platform Bot can take a shot. Now, as for Bunker, you have 2 ways to go about this. You can start either immediately using his power, or you can try to do things gradually. So we're going to actually go for the throat, so to speak. So we're going to play the power source, and then we're going to modulize. By destroying an ongoing or equipment card, we can draw, play, and use a power. So, there goes the power source. I wish to draw a card, worthless recharge mode, but I can play a card, like this grenade launcher. And then I can fire grenade launcher into deadline. So I'm not going to hit this because when Legacy's landing pad comes out, we want to make sure Unity's bots are the lowest HP. So we got another auxiliary power source, which I will be playing, don't worry. Entry point, followed by entry point. And I think there's one more entry point. Oh, here's the front desk. And I should also point out something. So, at the end, otherwise top card is played. Is it the other side? Thought he had something that played off of environment targets, but I guess not. Yeah, so I was thinking I could talk about the whole target versus non-target thing, but it's not gonna happen. So if you don't know what Legacy's landing pad does, because this is a somewhat new environment, increase damage dealt by the target with the highest HP by 1, which is deadline, and you reduce damage dealt to the target with the lowest HP by 1, which is currently Platform Bot. And Pandemonium Key, whenever an environment target enters... Oh, okay, here's where it was. So there are no environment targets inside of the Freedom Tower deck. As such, this item is actually completely worthless. It will never do anything here. We need Unity to pull her Swiftbot. He plays the top card because he's on his front side, which is the Unleashed Hurricane. So if I had the cold suit, that wouldn't really be a problem. Unfortunately, I don't. So Absolute Zero, what you got on the bottom? Bleh. We'll leave that there. We'll have Parse take the damage here because Bunker can get his suit out. And I should point out that was the glaive that dealt the damage, not Deadline. So that's why the +1 from the landing pad was not a thing. So we're going to play Segmentation Fault here. I think it goes without saying that you're fired. So I don't really know who Revenant is. He's in one of the villain decks for villain mode. I just don't really know anything about him. Unfortunately, I don't really pay attention to the lore of the game too much. And for him, you'd have to watch the letters page or something, most likely. Which I don't. So we're going to use the Segmentation Fault. We are going to throw away the Impossible Shot. Because let's face it, she was never going to make that anyway. It's impossible. We're going to destroy the Unleashed Hurricane. And I get another impossible shot. So here comes the Impale with the +2. And now if you play the cryo chamber, you can take more damage from... what's it called? Is it actually the cryo chamber? Oh yeah. So if you play the cryo chamber, you take more damage from the cryo chamber. Go figure. We're going to play the thermal shockwave. Now, the glaive is going to hit bunker, so I want to get one more turn out of shivers before I go real crazy / suicidal. So let's shiver. We'll have the thermal shockwave in play, and before I forget, by opening all of the apertures in his suit to let in the scorching air, Absolute Zero can produce quite a chilling effect. So this is referring to something in physics, if you weren't aware, that cold is basically the absence of heat. So in order to generate this much cold, he actually has to absorb the heat into his suit. That's why he takes fire damage. And keep in mind, he always does have that funny line right here. Lady, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. So yeah, screw physics. So we want to play the pylon, and then we're going to destroy the pylon to bring out Platform Bot and Champion Bot. So I didn't actually get to go over these since I went through this kind of fast, but haha, I need about a dozen more of these. And then Platform Bot's text, pew pew, lasers, just like the real thing, right? And you can see Baron Blade is not amused. As for Champion Bot, let's go save the world, Champion Bot. Then we can go ahead and hit him for 8 damage this turn, basically a tenth of his health, I believe, since he has 80, I think, at full. Let's see, is it 80 or 90? Yep, 80. So once again, we're going to play the auxiliary power source, because this is probably my favorite card to destroy. So let's destroy that with our Modulize. I wish to draw a card. Gatling Gun. Play a card, which is going to be the Armor Plating, because I'm taking damage this turn. And then pew pew. So I think the Ataxia Sphere is what's coming out next. He's going to play his devices one by one with the occasional catastrophe just to try to get back to his flip side. Wraith's Arsenal, that's going to give us card draws, which Parse sorely needs. Top card of the deck, the Training Simulator. So there are no targets in his trash that can come into play because his devices are basically immortal. If this were not the case, then yes, he could pull the devices back out using the Training Simulator. But anyway, Severed Leyline. Who do I want to give this to? Unity, maybe? Okay, I'll take a Workbench. So out comes the Ataxia Sphere. This attacks the low target. So this is going to be Platform Bot. Parse, what you got? I can throw that away, so who cares? So we only take 2 damage here, but now Absolute Zero is the highest HP. But first, so Platform Bot has a -1 on its own, but we can also declare it to be the lowest hit point target on the field, and Legacy's Landing Pad will protect it. So yes, it is the lowest. So right here I need to use a quick calculation. That way I can get my crit multi out. Oh crap, I just sent it to the bottom of the deck. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, I can get it out. It doesn't matter. So for Exploit Vulnerability, since his devices are immune and there's no environment targets, this is a worthless card to me. But we're going to pop the Severed Leyline. Give me a targeting arrow. So now we want to play our Heat Suit. Actually, I didn't read the card, did I? Whoa, you're quite the thingamajig. Shoot. Oh look, another one. They don't make villains like they used to. But the laws of thermodynamics have more to do with... Look, lady, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. So, we've dealt 4 cold damage this turn, which is still going to be amplified by the shivers. So we're going to go ahead and hit him because we're crazy. So 3. And I'm good here. So we're going to hit ourselves for 9. I am to 11. And then we can fire that back out for 13 damage. There's focused aperture, so we can hit even harder in the future. But anyway, the shivers have expired. So yeah, in case you were thinking that Absolute Zero is going to take a shot, not from Deadline, only himself. So let's play our Pylon, then we're going to go ahead and sack that so I can bring out Swiftbot and Bbot. Out comes the Workbench and Inspired Repair. So real quick, I am uptight about science and hate explosions in the lab. Swiftbot. Obviously impersonating Tachyon. Technically it's more of a Hornet. Bbot is more fun to say. Then yeah, we can go ahead and hit him for another 8 damage. So when Bbot dies this turn, it's going to deal a little bit more damage to him. So if I want to continue doing my cheese strat, I have to play the turret mode here. So we can do, well, it's not so much a cheese strat, I guess. So now we have 2 power plays. As such, we're going to end up wasting one, but yeah. So we're going to fire the grenade launcher. We're going to hit him for 3 because turret mode is +1. Then I'm good to stop dealing damage there. Stop dealing damage. Then we can Modulize to destroy turret mode. Then we can draw a card, which is a sorely needed ammo drop. We can play a card like this here Gatling gun, but I don't have any powers to use. Lame. We don't need the ammo drop though. So let's give Unity a card draw. Another Workbench. I don't have any bots to play with it though. Parse needs a card draw. And so does Absolute Zero. Focused aperture. No villain targets, trash, so nothing moves. Here comes the cryo chamber. Now, order here does matter. So you want to hit him first for 2. Now you want to jump over to Bbot. Bbot will take 1 because of Legacy's landing pad, and then the +1 of the cryo chamber itself. Now, if you did leave the cryo chamber up, that does mean Absolute Zero would hit harder, and then technically hit himself harder because of how the thermal shockwave works, but I digress. So we'll hit him for 3. And we're going to destroy the cryo chamber before it can actually hurt any of our allies. So this is pulling the cards from the bottom of our decks out. So yeah, I actually did lose the crit multi because I was hoping to fish it out right here. So let's go ahead and bring Bbot back, because everyone loves Bbot. And then Bunker. So I can play an ammo drop, pop the ammo drop, and then play the other one. So, actually I think he's dying this turn. So right here, Bunker can take the shot. And then once again, Ataxia's Sphere, negated by the landing pad. So right here I'm going to use the targeting arrow. Like if I wanted to play it safe I could use buffer overflow or quick calculation, it's just I know he's dying. So we're going to do the targeting arrow here to deal 1 irreducible damage and amplify all following damage dealt to him. And then because I hate magnetic pull shift with a passion, we'll get rid of reveal the flaws. In case you don't know what this does, it will pop your ongoings or equipment cards, which is actually pretty bad for termination. That does pose some threat to them. Got another impossible shot. So we're going to play the focused aperture. Then we're going to do a thermal shockwave. And now, how much damage have I done? 6. Now I can hit one of his things to hurt myself a little bit more, which I want to do, I think. Then we'll stop. So I'm knocking myself down to 3 damage, so I can turn around and hit him for 10. And there's my cold suit. So we can play Inspired Repair. It's going to give me Bbot. We can play the Workbench. skip. Now I can use the workbench to discard the workbench to summon B-Bot. There's volatile parts, which we'll never get to play because he's dying right here and now. So yeah, I guess I need to hit myself that bad, but it doesn't matter. Is Deadline the lowest HP? No, I'm sorry, that's B-Bot. And yeah, it's really that easy. So the main thing to know is just Freedom Tower will favor the heroes here because Deadline needs targets to get stuff done. He's just like a Kosh Bhutan in that sense. She's pretty weak here too. And for his challenge mode, since there's no consequence to popping his ongoings, that's really your best course of action. You can stop him from flipping and so on. And then even if he did flip, I guess you could play with the Isothermic Transducer to have Absolute Zero hit him, but it doesn't matter. One thing to keep in mind though is he will wipe Unity's bots if given the opportunity. Platform Bot, B-Bot, and Raptor Bot all have less than 3 hit points, have 3 or less, so they'll get wiped. But yeah, quick easy one-shot. And we'll have to see what the coming week holds. Since we had the core game and the villain mode, I assume it's going to be something that doesn't fit in either one of these categories. And I'm hoping it's kind of interesting. Like, this one wasn't too bad as long as you realize, hey, the environment really does favor you since there's no targets. And then, I don't know how many people actually play Deadline, so it could be a good experience for them. And if you've been holding on getting the Termination characters, hopefully this motivates you to go pick them up. They're not actually that bad. Nowhere near as annoying as Darkwatch Setback. Anyway, calling it quits here. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.